Well, the current Tasmanian mining workforce is currently 3,790 people. Approximately. The workforce is predominantly male, with less than 10% of the workforce women. Meantime, men account for 95% of workplace deaths in Australia. And while they tend to work in more dangerous professions like mining, there's a body of research showing masculinity is a major driver of workplace injuries. We welcome back to the program Anton Guinea, a workplace safety expert. How are you?
Oh, Kim, I'm well. Thanks for having me. How is Tassie?
Tassie's great. Come on
Good,
down. We
good.
got
Oh,
$300 vouchers for people from South Australia, Western Australia and Queensland.
can't wait. Excited already.
Awesome. Tell me, why are blokes specifically a threat to
Ah,
workplace safety?
I think because we just seriously do not take it seriously enough when one, we are injured, two, when we could be injured, and three, when we have to speak up about how we feel. You know, it's not just outside the workplace that we're not game to share our emotions. It's also at work. And so when we don't share how we feel at work, particularly around working safely or an injury or an incident that we've had, we tend to bottle that up. And what we know is not only masculinity stop us from speaking up, it can lead us to having workplace incidents and then getting injured as a result of that. And then, would you believe, Kim, there's some research that shows that it could even be a badge of honour when we're hurt. Hey, look at this, look at that.
Really? A badge of honour?
Oh, and I know that's a terrible thing to say. And for me personally, so, you know, people hear me speak and I say, Anton, will you talk about your workplace incident? And I do, Kim, with the tagline, "It happened to me, don't let it happen to you." It's, you know, and even today I've spoken, I suppose, nationally for the Australian Institute of Health and Safety, just around my incident. But there's so much more about talking about something that's happened with the intent of sharing and learning for other people, rather than saying, you know, hey, I can get through the day even though I've got a busted shoulder or a sore back or a busted knee. I can still do this.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, no, this whole macho thing is still kicking around. Oh, get this. Here's a story for you, Kim.
Throw it
do,
at me.
do you know any electricians?
Yeah, I do.
Ask them next time you see them, Kim, about getting an electric shock. Have you ever spoken to them about getting an electric shock? Have they ever shared that with you?
Oh, I don't like to, because it's, be touchy subject, wouldn't it, for a Sparky?
Oh, well, you'd think so, right? Get this, Kim. People still, Sparkies still, say that it's just normal part of the job. Yeah, I got a shock yesterday, or, you know, it's okay to get electric shock. You know, that's just normal part of work. And when I hear it, I think, wow, you know, we haven't, in some industries and some, like mining's come a long way in workplace health and safety, and great stats too, great research.
Thanks.
Um, and I've got some for you around Tassie too. But at the end of the day, Kim, what we've got to do is we've got to change the mindset out there, particularly around blokes, particularly around this whole, it's not okay to get injured. It's not okay to turn up with injuries at work. Surely we can find light duties, or surely we can find something else to do for people while they recover, even if it's an out of work injury, you know, so people get injured playing football or whatever. It's
So,
our job as a...
no, I was going to say, what happened to you? I'm curious.
Oh,
You've dropped a big question in there for me.
have I not told you my
No,
story before?
no, because we were talking about tradie safety awareness last time I spoke
No.
to you. No, you didn't. You weren't. You didn't share.
Oh,
Spill.
Kim's... spilled the beans. Hey, as a younger man, I got blown up in a switchboard, Kim. So I'm a lecky by trade, would you believe?
Which is why you specifically asked me, do I know any electricians? You were
Yeah.
blown up.
Blown up. So this whole switchboard that I was working in erupted, exploded in my face, and I guess blew some of my face off and blew some of the skin on my hand off. And, you know, I spent a couple of months in the burns unit, or a couple of months recovering really, about 4 to 5 weeks in the burns unit, where they peel your skin off and, help you recover from that sort of stuff.
Can I sort of jump in there? That is horrific, and I'm sorry that happened to you. But we're talking about masculinity here, and macho guys. Did really half of your face get blown off, or?
Oh, some of the skin on my face, yeah.
Yeah, really. Okay. Or were you sort of embellishing as guys sometimes
No,
like to do?
no. It's second-degree burn. So,
Right.
13% of the body. And I probably shouldn't phrase it like that. I think I just speak about it so much these days, and I get a bit flippant.
Yeah.
And I should be more specific and say, some of the skin on my cheeks was either blown off in the incident or was scraped off in the very, very close hours after the incident. So the first photos that I've got on the Friday morning, they're the first photos I've got, and the only photos I've got of me after the incident. I've got skin on my face missing, and when I stood up off the ground, Kim, I pushed myself up with my hand and tore a heap of skin off my hand. So there's just like a big flap hanging down. So like I burnt the top couple of layers. Now, and I'm not telling you this to be macho. I'm telling you this to hopefully, inspire other people to say, don't do stupid stuff. Does that make sense?
Oh, totally. And look, we've chatted about electricians. We are, have a mining focus here because it's such a male heavy workforce, and there are so many things outside though of a miner's control. Yeah, they can deal with cave-ins. Well, they can't deal. There's a risk of cave-ins, explosions, rock falls, as we saw with the Beaconsfield mine disaster in 2006. Not to mention, fatigue. So there is a lot sometimes that is out of a worker's control.
Oh, absolutely, Kim. And we in Queensland had a fatality recently, not too far from here. I live in Gladstone, Queensland. That was an underground fatality, which I sort of spoke a little bit in the media around, and that was a roof collapse in a mine, and all of a sudden something has ended a life and had a tragic impact on the worker next to him who was seriously injured. And there's so much stuff going on around a human while they're at work, especially in, let's say, high risk workplaces, right, which mining can be, Kim. And the talk that I did today was around mindset, and it was about safety mindfulness, right? And it was about understanding what's going on in your environment, but not only in your environment, inside your head, and it's about listening to your emotions and saying, and some people would say, listen to your gut. Yeah, I get that. A lot of trades people particularly get that gut feeling and don't act on it.
Yeah.
So it's about, knowing what's going on around you so that you can act accordingly.
So what Tassie stats have you dug up?
Did you know, fun fact, that your worker fatality, so your 5-year average, is the second lowest in Australia. And that's probably because you're obviously a small state and probably haven't got as many workers down there. But the sad part is that in 2017, your 5-year average was 5 workers per year fatally injured. And at work, from what I can gather, 2014 to 2018. In 2018, your 5-year average went down, but then all of a sudden, since 2018, your 5-year average has gone up. So you're trending down, you were doing so well, and then all of a sudden you started trending back up again. So something has gone, something's interesting or not so interesting is happening in Tassie, where I think over the last few years, maybe you've had more workplace incidents than you have had in the last, sort of 5, if that makes sense.
Yeah, absolutely.
All a bit convoluted.
We've just received a message. It says, I know a female electrician in the 90s that used to call it a pig squeal if someone had a zap on the job, and it'd be laughed about. Unbelievable.
I know, right? How crazy. A pig squeal. I've never heard that. And that's sad when we actually put a name to that sort of stuff.
But it plays into exactly what you were saying, that they
100%.
don't take it seriously.
Now, here's an interesting thing, Kim, that you and I both skipped past as you read that message. There was a female electrician. I wonder if the female electrician said it. So maybe this machoism isn't just a male thing. Maybe there's some female machoism going on too.
Well, you need to do some more research for us and come back again. Anton Guinea,
Oh,
workplace safety expert. It's always so great to chat to you.
Kim, thanks for having me. And what was I going to say? I would love to come back and let's unpack this a little bit more as we move forward, because we're actually in National Safety Month.
Absolutely. October is National Safe Work Month. So I'd love to have you on again. We've still got a few weeks left of the month, or a couple of weeks, 3 weeks, I don't know. What is the day?
Yeah.
It's the 12th. We've still got a
today.
few weeks left. Absolutely.
Good on you, Kim. You do so well. Appreciate your help.
Oh, thank you.